and let yourself be seen. Because this is not a tourist area first and foremost. This is the aina of our ali'i. It's the aina of our kupuna.
It's not easy. We're going on 8 months from the fire, and it hasn't gotten easier by any means. Our community is totally torn apart. We have about 3,000 people still living in the hotels. 87% of the remaining housing in Upper West Maui is short-term rentals.
Today, obviously, we are here to make some noise. You know, one big thing about protest is if you're not being heard, you're not doing it correctly. So we need to make sure that we continue to put this pressure on all the powers that be so that we get what we deserve. From Puamana to Kapalua, the west side generates 15 to 20% of the state's revenue. We are a huge economic engine. And for us to be treated like how we've been treated lately, after this massive disaster, the very people who all of this is built off of, the backs of the community, is kind of profound.
13% is left to our local community, and the rest of us have to make the drive through Keawe Street mess.
I know for a fact there'd be so many more people here today if it wasn't for the successful federal relocation program that split our family and our communities apart, where empty houses get paid for in our own backyard, and meanwhile people have to, with no transportation, with kids still things to do on this side, gotta now fight the traffic with all the trucks and everything else.
But my question is, if we're the ones that make Lahaina Lahaina, and this community thrives off of the back of us, why do we have to leave? Our community has to come in, clock in, drive past our burnt downtown, drive through here when tourists can sleep comfortably in our hometown for their enjoyment, and we no can. That no can.
And this is what's being allowed to happen by those in charge. It's unacceptable. Those that are refusing to allow their short-term rentals to be used by our community, that are choosing to put their profits over all of these incredible people, do not deserve to be in our community.
But you know what? I've been witnessing something coming out of this fire. I think about our kapuna and those who passed, either in the fire or before, and I think they would be proud of something I've seen in that building. And that's the next generation of Lahaina leadership stepping up. Despite all the wistful looks and the talk of numbers and budgets over people, they stayed strong and they stayed hopeful. And this is why we're here today.
When you guys are submitting testimony for this STR issue, it's not only going to affect Lahaina, it's going to affect our entire state for the positive, right? It's going to be able to drive down costs of living, and it's going to be huge. And now we're still pressuring the governor to do what he should have done 8 months ago and ban the Minatoya list. We're still screaming at the mayor about the Minatoya list, right? That list is apartment zone land, and it was meant for our workforce housing.
2,200 units in West Maui that are operating without a permit but legally under the Minatoya exemption. We're urging Mayor Bisson to please use his powers to take that back. That was for our local community. Keep the visitors in the hotel zones and the short-term rentals in the hotel zones. Anything in the apartment or residential zones belongs to us. And that's how we bring our people back. Why is this important? Because our community needs to stick together. How many?
Now's the time, gang. We gotta step up, step out, and just dominate everything, every meeting, every hearing. We have to show up.